Sorry, 1 second. Apologize. A lot of that is, learning and experience and time to understand it. I think it's becoming more and more natural for me. It's not something that I think about all that much. It's just a part of my game, and you add that stuff. And it took some time at the start. Obviously, there were some games early on where I felt like I was just thinking about it a little bit too much, and that's just part of the learning experience. But I feel like now you're at a point where it's really benefited me and it's helped my game, and I'm in a place where you've added something and you're that much more effective as a player. So I've enjoyed it. It's really something as a player that not a lot of guys get at my age, and I've really tried to take advantage of it the best I can.
Now that it's under your belt,
thanks.
Has it enabled you to access your typical
I think he helped me a lot to kind of bring some new tools to the NHL and use those to stay up and carry them with me in my career.
Like what? What tools did he?
I think I think when you come in, especially from college, is a big jump. Especially defensively, and he's a very discipline based and work ethic based coach, I think, and. Just kind of some of the defensive details to, not get beat or maybe win pucks back, that kind of thing. He was good about that and taught me a lot in a short amount of time, like I said.
Regarding that, Alex, would you say that what my team needs today is more attention to defensive details?
Yeah, I think it's part of it. I think we can be a little more hungry, to win pucks back, and myself included. I think sometimes we're being a little bit more in contain mode as opposed to kind of attacking from a defensive side of it. And I think we can do a better job of that. I think Marty spoke about it, and I think we know in the room that we can do a better job of it. So adding that in a bit more, I think, just adds another level of compete to our game.
It seems like Marty was very vocal in the past 2 days in practice. How well has it taken to see that he's paying attention to a lot of details in the game?
Yeah, I think it's pretty forefront that he's a very detailed coach, and he cares a lot about those smaller details, and I think that's kind of the way he played as well. Being very cautious of those details, and he cares and he wants us to win more than I think just as much as everyone in this room. So he's been vocal about it the past couple of days, and I think it's been great for us to learn and build on things that we've maybe been missing the past few games, and look to bring it into this road trip.
And when we hear about accountability and being responsible of what you do on the ice, do you feel that this?
It's one of the two.
How's your fantasy football season?
I'm on the fence right now. This is make or break time. I need a couple big wins here, but I'm in a better spot than last year. So.
Marty was very specific today on the ice. What do you think that he's looking for?
I think more structure than anything. Just kind of dialing in details and stuff on our forecheck, and just putting us in different scenarios to be more successful and getting us reps in game situations.
We hear back to basics a lot, but that was really back to basics. I mean, it's when you're going through a tough stretch, you kind of mentioned how you need to simplify things. What's the value of being that basic in practice, just to kind of hammer that point home?
Just kind of simplifying things in my mind. The more reps you get, I think the more comfortable. Honestly, I think it was because we lead the league in icings. We were working at that at the end. It's a small detail, but it goes a long way in games. So, things like that we can work on. It'll just go a long way.
offensively, as a team, how do you value the process of trying to find a balance between, yes, maybe not producing for a while, but the process is there and you're getting chances? Is it important to find that balance?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every day is a new challenge and every day is a new opportunity. So, if it doesn't happen one night, you have the opportunity to do it the next night. So, as long as we're getting the chances and competing in practice and doing those small details, I think it'll all work itself out. But every team goes through stretches like this throughout the year, and this is our time. So, we just got to find ways to battle out of it and dig ourselves out of this hole.
Personally, do you feel that you're getting good looks? Because it seems like the number of shots hasn't dropped for you so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what I look at the most. I think when I'm taking the puck away, getting shots and getting opportunities, that's when I'm at my best. So just continue to try and focus in on that stuff and not really getting into the numbers and into the production. I think at the end of the day, it'll come.
It's the third time that Marty changed the lines. Is there an impact at this point on your confidence, on the result? How do you see it?
No, I mean it's an 82-game season. I think we got to shake things up at certain times, and when you're kind of slow or things aren't going your way, it's good to kind of switch things up, and it's good to play with other guys. So confidence is still there. I'm excited for tomorrow, and that's all I gotta say.
All your career, you've been goal scorer. But are you ready to sacrifice a bit of offense to become even a more complete forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that Marty and I have talked about, individually a bunch. Is playing harder in the D zone and finishing plays myself. So, I think as a full game, I think I've improved, but every new game is an opportunity for me to get better, and I think that's kind of how I look at things too.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
Salut, Martin. Tu as fait des modifications de trio une fois de plus aujourd'hui. C'est sûr que quand l'équipe ne gagne pas ses 4 derniers matchs, c'est peut-être attendu, mais qu'est-ce que tu cherches à obtenir à travers ce, Martin, de précis pour ton équipe?
Je pense que sur la route, c'est d'essayer d'avoir de la profondeur à travers tes trios. Je pense que c'est ça qu'on essaie de faire.
Une profondeur défensive, une profondeur d'attaque, tu la vois où?
Du ballon. Être balancé un petit peu. C'est les deux.
Bonne chose, Martin, que tu as eu deux bonnes journées d'entraînement.
Ouais.
Tu sais, des fois, là, quand ça part puis
Ouais.
pas le temps de pratiquer, est-ce que c'est plus facile de remettre les choses en
Oui,
place?
on a besoin de ça. Fait que, on prend c'est une opportunité de ces 2 journées-là. Un break un peu dans notre cédule qui est assez intense, comme je l'ai parlé. Pas juste la charge de beaucoup de matchs, pas beaucoup de soirs, mais aussi la qualité d'équipe qu'on rencontrait. Des fois, la Ligue, elle avance, elle va tellement vite que c'est dur de travailler sur des choses. C'est pas tout le monde qui apprend de la même manière. Du monde, tu peux le dessiner, l'autre, tu peux montrer du vidéo, mais il y a du monde, il faut que tu fasses la pratique un petit peu. Fait qu'on essaie de frapper tous les coins là-dessus, puis je pense que ça va nous aider à se corriger un petit peu.
Beaucoup d'attention aux détails. Est-ce que tu sens que les joueurs apprécient cette attention-là vers les détails? Puis quand tu parles de responsabilité, as-tu senti que les joueurs aussi la prennent? Puis
Oui, ils prennent la responsabilité. Je ne sais pas s'ils apprécient les détails, mais c'est une chose importante. C'est des choses qui ne sont pas nécessairement le fun, mais il faut que tu les fasses comme si tu étais en amour.
Comme
Comme
ça,
quand t'es la
apprécié.
vaisselle, mettons, c'est ça?
Ah ouais, c'est ça.
Comment tu as apprécié leur intensité à l'entraînement?
Ah non, c'est que j'ai je te dis que depuis que je suis ici, j'ai pas de la misère à avoir de l'intensité avec les entraînements. On a une bonne gang. Les gars, ils n'ont pas peur du travail. Puis, tu sais, nous autres, les entraîneurs, c'est de les aider à garder les standards qu'ils nous ont montrés. OK? Puis, leurs standards, ils ont descendu un petit peu dernièrement. Puis c'est notre job de les remonter au niveau qu'ils nous ont montré qui était leur standard. Fait que c'est pas... Moi, c'est pas l'entraîneur qui va monter les standards, c'est les joueurs. C'est une décision de groupe. Puis je sais qu'on a des standards beaucoup plus hauts que ce qu'on a montré dans les derniers matchs. Puis c'est notre job de serrer la vis un petit peu puis les ramener à ces standards-là.
Quand tu parles de standards, il y en a un qui en a personnellement très élevé envers lui, c'est Caufield, évidemment. Puis quand il nous
Je
parlait...
pensais que c'était Renaud.
Ah, toujours. Mais là où je m'en allais, c'est que, tu sais, évidemment, la production pour un peu tout le monde a baissé dernièrement, mais dans son cas particulier à lui, les tirs au but ne baissent pas, puis c'est pas nécessairement un gars qui tire pour rien. Donc, qu'est-ce qui fait qu'il n'arrive pas à concrétiser autant qu'à l'habitude?
Mais il n'est pas une surprise pour les autres équipes. Là, tu sais, là. Fait qu'il il est assez checké. Puis je te dirais, 2, on demande encore de faire plus de choses sur la glace à part de marquer des buts. Puis je pense que c'est là où ce qui est dans son développement comme joueur de hockey. Est-ce que ça l'empêche de marquer? Non. Mais il y a une attention à beaucoup d'autres choses. Fait qu'il y a-tu un petit peu d'hésitation dans son jeu? Peut-être. Mais je pense que ça fait partie du processus qu'on prend avec Cole. Puis il est très engagé.
Penses-tu que les changements autour de lui l'ont impacté?
Pardon?
Les changements autour de Cole l'ont impacté?
Quel changement?
Sur ses compagnons de ligne, ça tu peux l'avoir impacté?
Je crois pas. Parce que je trouve que quand que Cole et Divo ils ont joué ensemble avec Slav là, sur la séquence de 4 games, Cole il jouait du bon hockey. Je pense qu'il y avait une game, il y avait 11 lancés, des attempts. Je sais comment on dit ça? Tentatives de lancer. Fait qu'il y a des matchs, c'est plus difficile. Le niveau de compétition contre qui on joue, c'est plus difficile. Les plus gros défenseurs. Je pense pas que ça l'impacte. Puis je pense que les joueurs comprennent sais, surtout sur la route présentement, si je sépare Suzy et Cole, ça nous donne un petit peu plus de profondeur à travers nos lignes. Puis tu sais pas c'est quoi l'autre bord, ils vont-tu soit sûr qu'ils soient sur la glace contre Suzy. Est-ce que ça free up un des gars, tu sais, ou contre Cole? Fait que je pense que c'est quelque chose qu'on porte attention à ça aussi. Fait que c'est comme ça qu'on y va.
Quand le club doit composer, Martin, avec des blessures, évidemment, c'est une réalité. Là. Mais toi, en tant que coach, tu en as 2 autres qui se rajoutent ce matin. Qu'est-ce que ça te rajoute, toi, comme défi en tant qu'entraîneur?
C'est continuer à faire avancer l'équipe, contrôler ce que tu peux. Toujours des différents défis. Des fois, c'est ça. Des fois, c'est les standards, ils ont droppé un petit peu. Des fois, c'est... je sais pas, les gars sont malades, filent pas, je sais pas. C'est toujours des défis. C'est pas une ligue que c'est smooth sailing. Là. Il y a toujours des affaires. Fait que ça fait partie de la game.
Alex dit que ça fait partie de la game, tu as de l'expérience pour jongler avec les blessés là, depuis l'an dernier, mais juste quand tu regardes froidement la ligne bleue, là, présentement, tu as 3 de ton top 6 qui se retrouvent à l'infirmerie. À quel point que ça devient plus difficile de placer les pieds du casse-tête dans ce temps?
C'est sûr, c'est plus difficile, mais la Ligue, elle n'arrête pas. Là. Fait que ça soit difficile ou facile, il faut que tu trouves une manière de faire continuer l'équipe.
Marty, what makes Gallagher potentially a good fit with Suzuki?
Well, you know where he's going to be. You know, he's going to be hard on the forecheck. He's going to be in front of the net. You know, and I think probably frees up Suzy and Nui to possess probably a little more in the O-zone. And Gally will win battle. He'll do the dirty work. And, you know, we haven't done that this year yet. We'll see what it looks like.
Speaking with him before, he was talking about how the concepts that he's adopted to add elements to his game are no longer all that stuff you were just talking about, Cole, no longer hesitating with it. It's now a part of his game.
Yeah.
How much do you think that's enabling him to access that other stuff that you were just saying, which has always been a part of his game, going forecheck in front of the net, being where you expect him to be?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's able. You still see that. You still see that part of his game that he likes and he's comfortable with, right? But how many times does that present itself during a shift? Some shifts. It might not present itself for 2-3 shifts. And all of a sudden, in one shift, you got 3 sequence of that, you know? But there's more to the game than just, like, going to the places that you're comfortable with. Like, you got to play the game.
It seems he's getting there more now, though, now that those other things are in his
I
wheelhouse.
feel he's more efficient on the ice by just more purpose on the ice by just playing the game, not just like I'm F1 and I'm net front. You know, there's times that's going to happen, but when it's not your turn, what do? Are you part of the equation to help the group on the ice, or you just want to be in this spot and do this thing? So, you know, we know he's very good at that. But I've been I've been really happy with his game and how engaged he is and how he's evolving. And I think in this league you have to evolve if you want to be, you know, efficient on the ice, and he's doing that. No, go ahead. You mentioned.
Just last one for me is just how much are you applying? We saw the work that you did yesterday on the forecheck, the work today in the neutral zone. How much are you applying what you learned last year? I remember when the team went through a hard time last year, you said, you know, I should have attacked things earlier. It's you got to go back to the board and really.
Yeah, I feel.
How much are you applying
yeah,
now?
I don't wait. I don't wait. I see the most important thing, and for me, like the Boston game, it was our forecheck. That's it. There was the rest would have been fine if we just forecheck like we know how, and somehow it slipped. And is it because of the other team? Yeah, probably a little bit, but it's still like a lot of our actions that created the kind of result that we got. And it started so far from the puck. You know, it started, you know, to me it's on a forecheck. And in this league, when you forecheck space, it's really hard to steal the puck. You got to forecheck people. Just in terms of that, you mentioned a lot in the start of training camp that you feel you're starting from scratch with this team based on what you were starting with last year. Is today a bit of a starting from scratch day
No.
to some extent?
Not at all. Not at all. Because it's not like we reinvented a forecheck. We looked a lot of example why we chased the game in Boston. You know, and then that's the one part of our game that we got to get back now. Now, not let it slip for 3-4 games. Now, it's this one topic that we really talked about. It's not like, you know, can we play better in the D zone? Yeah. Can we play better in neutral zone? Yeah. I mean, like every team is have parts of their games that they can do better. But if you're trying to improve everything at once, it's gonna be hard. It's too many things. So for us, we just felt like, you know, the forecheck is everything to our game.
What is the relationship between the work you do on video and how you bring that out to practice? What is the kind of correlation between how you shape your practice based on what you're showing?
Well, you want to have a purpose with your day, you know. Like you can't just go work, you can't just go sweat, you know. So to me, today was big emphasis was on our forecheck, and actually it started yesterday, you know, and you show them example, you show them like, you know, again why the Boston game just kind of got away from us, and that was why. And then you go execute, you know, because if you want to fix things quick, you know, and you don't put them in that environment in practice, is it the player's fault or is it the coach's fault? You know, I feel to me it's the coach, and so you have to, like I said, not everybody's going to learn the same way. You know, some guy I can show him video and it's done, it's absorbed and I know it's going to get applied. Some guys need to feel it. You know, need to go execute and practice, so that's what we did.
So some of those things we saw today, neutral zone positioning, line changes, that was more related to the forecheck? That was just...
No, that's just a part of our game that you know, we need to tighten up a little bit.
Merci Martin.
OK, merci beaucoup.
Merci.